Follow this 3-step approach to your daily nutrition and you will get shredded. What's going on? It's Pro Physique Coach Ben Berluti here, and today I'm going to go over how you can dial in your daily nutrition so that you can get shredded and reach your fat loss goals. When you first start off on your weight loss journey and you want to clean up your diet, your daily nutrition, it can be overwhelming at first. However, I've come up with a process that simplifies things. The first step is being able to identify quality sources of each macronutrient. Macronutrients, or macros for short, are comprised of carbs, fats, and protein. These make up our daily calories. Some quality sources of each macronutrient are as follows: carbs, oats, potatoes, rice, bread, pasta, fruits and vegetables, just to name a few. You can go with things like whole wheat bread, whole grain bread, as opposed to the white bread. Wheat pasta, as opposed to white pasta. Brown rice, as opposed to white rice. The list goes on. Fats, things like nuts and seeds. Olive oil, egg yolks, avocado oil, salmon. These are great sources of polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fat. Saturated fats, things like cheese, bacon, butter, and sausage, we want to keep to a minimum. Protein, lean sources will be your best friend, okay? So things like chicken breast, a lean steak, for example, a flank steak or London broil, a trimmed sirloin is going to be very lean as opposed to a ribeye or a porterhouse or T-bone steak. From there, lean meats in general, whether that's a lean ground meat, like a 90-10, 93-7, 96-4 ground beef, turkey, chicken, bison, lean fish, cod, tilapia, pollock, as opposed to their fattier counterparts like mackerel or salmon, which are quality sources. They're just much higher in dietary fat and thus calories. From there, non-fat Greek yogurt, low in non-fat cottage cheese, protein powders, whether they're plant-based or whey, casein, are all good options. Of course, these are not exhaustive lists, just some good options for you. So now we are able to identify what quality sources of each macro actually are. The second step is to construct your meals with single ingredient foods. Here are some examples of single ingredient foods. Dietary fat, olive oil, 100% fat, 0 carb, 0 protein. Protein, liquid egg white, 100% protein, 0 carb, 0 fat. Carbs, white rice, almost exclusively carbs. There's just trace protein and little to 0 fat. As you can see, I can put a meal together with these ingredients rather easily, and I can track that easily. If my meal has 57 ingredients, I'm gonna have a heck of a time trying to track the calories of each little ingredient, right, that's in that meal. So if I'm able to identify quality sources of each macro, I structure the majority of my meals with single ingredient foods. Take protein, carb, fats, put them together, right? Use the Coach Ben approach, the patented Coach Ben approach to structuring a meal, where we take 3 to 5 ingredients and make a meal where it's protein first, complex carb second, vegetable or fruit third, and then add a condiment with like a dietary fat such as olive oil, and then some other condiment that makes your meal taste good. As you can see here, I got a chicken and rice bowl. Look, there's chicken breast, there's rice, there's broccoli and cucumber, and I added a little bit of olive oil and soy sauce that I measured out to make that meal. That took me 30 seconds to prepare that meal. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, doesn't have to drive you crazy, guys. Make it simple, you will reach your goal. So if you follow those 3 steps, you're gonna make incredible progress on your fat loss transformation journey. From there, it's important to be precise with your measurements. I recommend weighing your foods, especially at the beginning of the process, so that later on down the road you can kind of eye things. But it's very important when you're starting off and for the next few months to weigh everything, okay? If it's just a few ingredients in your meals, it's not going to be a big hassle, trust me. When you weigh your portions, it helps you stay within your designated calorie, and more specifically, macro targets for grams of carbs, fats, and protein that you're going to be having per day so that you lose weight. You may be asking, how do I determine what my overall caloric intake should be? Good question. I often recommend just tracking your intake of food for a few days, 3, 4, 5 consecutive days, and then obtain an average of your caloric consumption, and more specifically, your carbs, fats, and protein on average. From there, you could go, oh, this is what an average day of eating looks like for me. Now I can create my calorie deficit off of this point to lose weight, because the number one most important indicator of our body composition is our intake of calories each day. So that's why we want to start tracking our intake. Another approach you can use is using a macro calculator. As a Pro Physique coach, I really like the Pro Physique macro calculator, which is on the website, and I will link that somewhere for you guys. It might be below, might be on the screen, but you can use that as well, okay? And the third option when it comes to determining a starting point is hiring a coach. This is what I do full-time every day, guys. When I work with my clients, when we start off, I set up a call, and on our call, I ask a lot of questions. I want to know about your situation, your goals. From there, we could come up with a personalized plan for you. This way, I'm not just giving you a cookie cutter plan, random calorie targets, random food recommendations. No, it's very specific to you. If this is something you're interested in, send me a message. Ben@prophysique.com is the best way to reach me. We can set up a free, no-cost consultation call to discuss your goals and how we can get you there. I hope this video helps you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye now.